medical cover. I took one myself. When mine ended in June, immediately from 1st of July, I took a cover for medical cover. Getting the same benefits I was getting even when I was working. And there are about 3 companies who normally offer it in this country. And I was behind pushing for that thing to happen because I saw it in most people who are retiring, that they have no medical cover. And most of the time, your body also systems are breaking at that point. You doctors know. And what is important is you must make sure that you have a medical cover. You might think that you'll be getting enough money. Pension is not enough to pay for your medical cover. So we have a post-medical cover, which I'll show you. Maybe you can show. There are 3, but this is just an example. The 3 companies who offer it. Like, I'll give my example. The one I took, because I took it at the age of 59, I'm now 59. So if this card means that she's covered also for life, and time comes when you are not as strong. The idea about the 1,000 post-retirement, few of areas at this item center. What you need is basic safety net, and money lands into your account every month. Okay, so go on strike.
Your presentation. What about?
So we have Jubilee. You can take it from Jubilee. Basically, faith.
And I wanted to tell him that I'm a good example of one who was retired without a pension at all. I was deputy director.
My question, I don't know whether I should answer it together.
Yes.
About, I mean,
the money consumption we have these days. She was very.
I know it's not on the field. I don't know whether address the.
So we had a lot. You go for an interview. Sadly, so Warren Buffett. So close the door. The best time to, because you're doing what you're chasing. Yes, that's exactly. Procrastinate an average dance is better. Was around. Assuming the difference is 22 shillings. Is there any other easier? Week it had fallen through a mobile phone. This example, assuming you put 500, you can buy and have templates of a monthly budget for yourself. Opportunities there. Kenya's stock market is ranked among the top 5 in Africa. Very, very attractive to the foreign markets. And so you'll continue seeing us playing well. Don't be scared by the headlines. Those are the opportunities. When they say the markets are going down, what do? Please. For those who take this message, you'll call me again and buy me a drink. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Geoffrey. Are there questions? Are there questions? If there are, please, they're over here.
Thank you very much for the very clear presentation. I have 2 questions for you. Number 1 is, how long on average does it take to sell? I mean, how liquid are these shares? Number 2, you talked about disruption. So it's not a question on the stock exchange per se, but really about disruption of the currency market. What are your thoughts as a financial guru on bitcoins? Yeah. Number 3, what are your thoughts on cross-border investing in the stock exchanges across the border? I mean, are we limited to Kenya where, something Raila does and the stocks are crashing? Can a Kenyan comfortably, trade in the London Stock Exchange, NASDAQ?
Those are very disruptive questions. Thought you're a doctor. Okay, the first question. Again, the guide to sell into the market. Have a rule of thumb. If today you buy and say you're up 20-25%, make a decision to either sell, because again, you need to enjoy that opportunity. So my guide is anything 20% from where you are is a good time to sell and look for another position. To offload? No. The market is very liquid. In fact, if you give an order to sell today, By latest the next day it's been sold, and then it takes you like 3 days to settle, and you get paid after 4 days. But the market is very, very liquid and very, very deep. Bitcoin. I've gone back to study Bitcoin. Let me tell you, Bitcoin is very interesting. Like an accepted currency in the big countries, the value has been appreciating because it's the easiest way to transact. Because it doesn't show the face of the transacting party. It's an easier way if you want to. It doesn't disclose who the ultimate beneficiary is. So it's got real demand. We have concerns at the country at the moment about Bitcoin. Central bank is a bit wary about it, but they're looking at it now. I would say it's something to watch. If you feel that you've got you're a bit of a good risk taker, take a small position. I know I've yet to really understand it. I'll be very honest with you. But I also got eye bulbs when I saw the value going up, and we might have another conversation on the side and see whether we can we can make arrangements. But it's available, and already there are ways that you can even exit through BitPesa, and I think those kind of things. So I have no reservations about it, only that I think it's something that you really need to be more of a risk taker to do. Cross-border trading is allowed. Today you can buy shares in Uganda, Rwanda, Tanzania as a Kenyan, because we've got this East African agreement. But even if you want to buy shares in London, shares in Nigeria, you just need to contact an agent. There are no restrictions on individual trading. Only pension schemes have got some controls. Yeah, good.
There's one there.
You've mentioned something about REIT, the Real Estate Investment Trust. I think they're fairly new to the Kenyan market. Would you kindly just elaborate a bit?
Okay, very good, thank you. So units on the stock exchange, because those units that are offered to you are listed. Are we together? So today you can't own, assuming today you have 10,000 shillings, you can't buy property of 10,000 shillings, isn't it? But you can buy units of 10,000 shillings and be a unit holder in that fund that owns Greenspan, maybe will own a building in Upper Hill. You get what I'm saying? Now that is how non-Kenyans kind of thing. And also you don't manage it. Somebody's managing for you. So you're waiting and getting returns. So that's what forward. Thanks. Good.
Hello.
Hi.
I'd like to ask, maybe merging the first about cross-border.
So
We're in another.
What's your comment on commodities exchange and how far we are and futures market?
Hey, okay. Hey, all right. I forgot to, I thought you guys don't need sophisticated stuff. That's why I did not talk about the futures market. In case use one, we've got the energy market here. And that's why I'm saying the next billionaires who are listening right now are sitting in this room, because it is going to be a bigger market than even the current market. So we are really made advances on that.
More so. We are.
Let us pray.
Amen.